Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy, and boy, it is my Friday, and I'm glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening. Actually, the temperatures have warmed up here in the Chicagoland area. We're actually expecting temperatures in the 50s next week, so not bad for the second week of December. I have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. My wonderful co-host is none other than Karen Renee, or K Renee, as we call her here, the creator of Karen's Nuggets. And tonight, Karen and I are welcoming to the show. She's known as the tapping queen. And K
Yes,
Renee, you don't mean tap dancing, do you, darling? Because
oh
tonight
no,
she's going to talk to us about sexually transmitted debt. I have never
yeah,
heard of such thing. Like
I know.
my money has gonorrhea. Is that what she's trying to say to me? My money is tainted with chlamydia. I can't
I
even
mean,
say it.
it's an interesting concept. I'm gonna let our guest talk more about it, but of course, when I read the article, it was so provocative. I said we have to have her on the show as it
Right.
talks about relationships and wealth, all that into the STDs. So
Well, honey,
I'm excited.
I'm curious to see what this is all about as well tonight. So we'll welcome to the show transformational wealth coach Keisha Dixon, aka known as the Tapping Queen. She has an interesting backstory. She's going to talk to us about what happens when you end up in a sexually transmitted debt relationship, with somebody, or I don't even know how that works. I can't wait to hear it. And I'm
Yes,
excited about that. And then the Southside of Chicago has welcomed a new sit-down eating dinery. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, this diner is only able to do grab-and-go meals tonight. Kay Renee and I, as well as another member of the team, we had a grab-and-go delivery from the
yes.
wonderful people over at Nipsey's Restaurant and Lounge, 91st and Stony Island Avenue on the south side of Chicago. And so tonight we're going to give our review of our meal that we had. We won't say a word until we have them on air, and then they're going to show us some wonderful things about what is going on over at Nipsey's. I just love that. That's the only owners on Stony Island, and I just being a new resident of the far south side, or this part of the south side, I really do want more sit-down dining establishments, where we can go out
I
and eat
know.
and have a great time, and we don't have to leave our neighborhood. So yes. So
Exactly.
shout out to Nipsey's Restaurant and Lounge on 91st and Stony, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. So darling, you see I was late getting on the air tonight because
You weren't late. You were
baby,
almost, but you weren't late.
look, I'm normally in here like doody doody doo. No,
I know.
I had the itis. Let me just put it to you like this: the food from Nipsey's, I had the itis. How are you today, my dear?
I'm fine. Thank you again for my grab and go meal. I had one of the meal items, and I'm gonna taste one while we meet our special guest. So I'm excited. But the item that I had was delish. I mean,
Okay.
I almost was like you, Art, because I'm like, okay, I don't want to eat all of it because if I do, I
Right.
know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna lay on that bed and go to sleep. I know
Right.
we got a show
Right.
to do.
Yes, yes. I was like, baby, we got a show. I'm like, I almost was like with my thumb in my mouth laying across the bed. So I was just like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. But we'll tell you guys all about all the latest offerings over at Nipsey's and how
Yeah,
you guys support them during this pandemic. It's just beautiful to know that my friends are able to open up a place during the pandemic. And so
absolutely,
we're very happy about that. We are. All right. Well,
absolutely.
Kay Renee, we have so much to talk about. You and I didn't even talk
Yes,
about the People magazine choices yesterday.
I
And
know.
can we can bring those up later on in the show a little
We
bit
can.
when we're talking? Okay, good. I meant to prep you and said, let's make sure we talk about that. Well, let's get right
Mhm.
into today's COVID-19 update numbers. Illinois public health officials announced today that 10,959 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19 have been reported. Unfortunately, we had 192 additional fatalities here in the state of
Wow.
Illinois. I know this death number is back up again. Thursday brings the total number of known infections in the state of Illinois to 759,562 since the start of the pandemic. Earlier today, health officials reported, the 238 cases was the most confirmed cases in a single day. And so now, wait a
Right.
minute, today was 192. Yesterday was 190. Yesterday was 238.
238,
Today was
right.
182. And back on May 13th, we had 192 deaths as a result of
Wow.
it. And so this is just, I don't know. The death rate is just incredible. Now, the one thing I will say is I'm noticing with all of my friends and followers, not many of my friends and followers are saying that they lost loved ones from COVID. People are saying that they have been diagnosed with COVID. People have said, they battled through it, but I'm not seeing as many people saying, please pray for my loved one. They're on a ventilator. My loved one just died. So I'm wondering if it's now infiltrating a whole different sector of people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it really depends because I think I mentioned to you, one of my family members unfortunately succumbed, and I do
Yeah.
have, family members and friends who are battling it. But I think what's going to happen now, remember, we just had a Thanksgiving holiday and over
Right.
4 million people traveled during the holiday. They haven't
Right.
counted those numbers yet as far as any individuals who are hospitalized and still battling on ventilators. So it will be interesting to see, I think, the next week to see
Yes.
what the numbers are. But again, I'm very glad that we are proactive in talking about what you need to do to protect
Yes.
yourself from this
Yes.
virus. It is important. We will
Yes.
keep saying it until the virus has been truly eradicated. So
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why we do this show every night as an effort to show our, humanitarian side to our fellow man and just making sure people are very informed about staying safe and protecting themselves. So, all right. Well, with that
exactly.
being said, the FDA Advisory Committee will meet on the 10th of this month to discuss the potential emergency use of authorizing the vaccination produced by Pfizer. So I guess the
Okay.
biggest problem with this vaccination is that I guess we're waiting on the FDA to approve it, the Food and Drug
Exactly.
Administration.
That's
So,
exactly right.
so let me ask you this: everything that our president was given when he was in the hospital, I guess that's such expensive stuff that's already been approved. So are we
I don't know
getting?
what
Look, are we even
I don't
getting
know.
a pinch of any of that he got? Because again,
I don't know what.
remember,
To be
girl,
honest,
the
I don't
man
know.
was tapping banisters. He was jumping up and down stairs. I don't know anybody who survived COVID doing that.
Again, this is my theory about 45, soon to be, extricated in less than 45 days. Ironically, I think. Um, I've always been under the inclination that he had COVID when it first hit,
Me too.
and because he is the president, they could not state that then. Um, and because he's also fits in that criteria of being a senior, because he's 70 something, he's
Mm-hmm.
overweight, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure he has some pre-existing conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Came back.
Mm-hmm.
It may have affected him a little bit deeply, and this is, I'm not a doctor, but this
Right.
is just what I think. And
Yeah.
so whatever they gave him, because you got to remember, Art, in the White House, we had a segment on this, what you get when you're the president. They have the best of medical care. So before he was even, I really believe he probably insisted, well, I want to go to Walter Reed to let everybody know that I have it and this, that, and the other, because he came out too quick, running up down the damn stairs,
Look.
like Rocky, and I just believe that he did have it. I believe he's probably have some elements of it, but it's just that now that we have to wait until the FDA approves it, which I believe they will very soon. And once they do, that vaccine is off the shelves. Um, Operation Warp Speed is in effect and is going to the states and the governors of
Right.
each state, and they will disperse it appropriately. So
Okay, well, Moderna would be up for review a week later after they meet
right.
on the 10th. And so they're saying that the Pfizer vaccination was 95% effective, where
Mhm.
Moderna's vaccination was 94.1 effective in the clinical trials. And so
Mhm.
the FDA will make an approval about both. So now here's the deal. Will people now be fighting to get the Moderna? Will they be fighting to get I'm trying to figure out what would they be, would they be fighting to figure out which vaccination to take?
I don't think they'll be fighting. I believe it's up to the governors and they of every state, and they will make the determination on who gets what first.
Okay.
My inclination is they probably will give it initially to all the health workers, all the frontline workers and essential workers, the doctors, the nurses, and then go down accordingly with seniors who are in long-term assisted facilities, and that's how I think they will disperse the vaccine. So they've
Okay.
had a conversation about this earlier in the week. And so I think everyone is in agreement on how they're going to disperse the vaccine to their residents of every state.
Okay. All right. Well, good news. Our boy, Dr. Anthony Fauci,
Yes.
he will stay on as an advisor in the Biden Harris presidential legacy. It was announced today that President elect Joe Biden, he told CNN that he
Mhm.
asked Dr. Anthony Fauci, an expert on the coronavirus pandemic, to become his chief medical advisor and part of the COVID-19 response team. And I think
Yes.
that is just so wonderful, because again, if Dr. Fauci says so, I agree. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
I'm not finna go with it.
Think about this, Art. This man has gone through so much. He was almost in obscurity up until this point, even though he has served six presidents, up until 45, but he has gone through pretty much obscurity. Once the pandemic hit, he was just showcased. And the battle, I'm sorry, the unfortunate thing is because he is very knowledgeable, because we know that Trump does not like anyone who showcase uh, who knows better than he does.
Right.
So I mean, this man went through death threats, and if you remember earlier this summer, he had surgery on his throat because he was
Yes.
very raspy when he first started talking
Yes.
to the nation. And we were talking about People Magazine. He is one of the four uh, most people of the year for 2020. So
He is.
I'm
He
just really
is.
I'm just really happy that he decided to stay on. And I think I'm sure he probably did the happy dance when
Yeah.
even President Biden asked, he said, "Oh, thank you, Lord. Now I've
Yeah.
got somebody I can talk to, someone who's going to respect me, not this crazy nut that I had to deal with for that month."
Because what I found so crazy is the way the current president talked about the man. What an
I
idiot,
know.
and to get rid of him, and just So no, I'm
Because
very happy.
he was jealous and threatened. So go figure.
Okay, okay. Wait, hold on 1 second. Keep talking. I'm handling something behind the scenes.
No worries. No, but
Uh-huh.
I'm happy that Dr. Fauci has agreed to stay on, and I truly believe by him being there and being the new medical advisor, it will be a even better, smoother transition from one administration to the next. Because it seems like everybody from Trump's administration is like they bailing ship. They're like, I'm not staying. We
Honey,
out.
they right. And they had nerve enough to have a party at the White House on
Yes.
Monday night. They said
No
there was
mask.
no mask. They said people were wall to wall having a great time. And the press secretary even said, "Oh, and don't worry, it's gonna be a Hanukkah party too." So she was like, and I wanted to say, "Well, girl, y'all ain't gonna have Kwanzaa, I bet. I bet you ain't gonna have Kwanzaa." So yeah, right. And if you do, who the hell would be showing up? Right.
Exactly.
Right. I guarantee you none of them would know how to celebrate Kwanzaa. But now here's my big issue. I hope people ain't walking out the White House with silverware and salt shakers. And they might have to pat people down this last 30 days out that
But,
White House.
and we talked about this, um, jokingly. But I'm sure Dr. Jill Biden and President-elect Biden have said, look, we are not stepping foot in this house until it's appropriately fumigated.
Right.
And
Right.
I would definitely, I'll send a text message myself to his Instagram page to say, please don't,
Right. Right.
stay in Delaware until that place is where you want it to be, and everything is in divine order. Then walk
Yep.
up in there.
Yep. And
But I
here's the
just don't.
deal. As long as he's sworn in president January 20th and
He
we
can live where
see
he
it
wants.
and everything happen, let that man live wherever he need and want until he's
I agree.
comfortable, and then have a grand opening. This is COVID. Everything must pivot, everything must change, and then
Mhm.
let him go in whenever they feel they are comfortable. But they do have a really great team at that White House that are able to turn that White House
I
around
know,
in 12 hours. I've actually seen
but
specials on how they do it.
I did too, Art, but they didn't have this pandemic. So this will be
Right.
interesting to see. Because I also feel, and unless we don't talk about this, what about the workers that have been in administration for 4 years? The
That's right.
housekeepers, the maintenance
Yep.
people who
Yep.
probably have COVID and cannot say anything, probably because they're under an NDA.
Right.
I'm hoping that as they transition from one administration to the next, that they get the help they need. Because I
Yeah.
guarantee you, I bet you they have COVID too, and they can't say anything.
No, 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 which is very true. So, all right,
Mhm.
well, we want to just, wish everybody well in that situation. So,
Yes.
last night here in the Chicagoland area, in the
Oh goodness.
northwest suburbs at the Northbrook Hilton, there was a wedding party that had about 150 people in attendance. This was on a Wednesday night. Uh,
Yes.
there was videos showing people outside of the reception, no
Hmm.
mask on, no social distancing. They were
Nope.
partying. They were getting
Like it was 1999.
they had Rolls Royce limos and,
Sure
and
did.
they had everything. So they were getting it down. I mean, just having a great time. But we're in the middle of a pandemic when people should be wearing their masks, doing the right things. So now, what do you think about that? I think we're going to see more events like that towards the holiday season. I think because just the disrespect that our president has shown this country about this virus, just other people giving no dams about it. I think we're going to see more events like this.
And here's the interesting part. You're right. None of the wedding party or the guests had masks, but the hotel staff did because
Right.
Channel 2 made the initial report, and one of the reporters demanded the staff say, I want to see the manager. Why is this party taking place? And he was given the runaround. The engineer comes out instead of the manager, and he asked the question again. The engineer turns around and keeps it going. So, and
Right.
this is similarly to what we saw in New York, where they had another wedding. 7,000 guest attendants were there. And there's a similarity of those two weddings, Art. They're both
Yes.
Hasidic Jewish. Now, I don't
Oh,
know what
see, I didn't know if last night was a Jewish wedding. I
yeah,
wasn't necessarily sure. I almost thought
it
it was.
looked like it. It
See,
looked
I
like it.
thought it was of the Arab descent. I did because at first, it's sad that we have to pick apart what we think something is, but we
Right.
we have to also figure out, because at first I thought it was us the way they was dressed up and dancing and going on, and
Right.
then when I looked a little bit, I said, Lord, we having weddings on a Wednesday night now. I said, and then we gonna have a wedding in the middle of COVID this big, but they either were of Arab descent, or as you say, it may have been a Hasidic Jewish wedding. But see, their weddings are very plain. That last night looked like that was a lot of young people. I mean, they were
True.
partying. They were
They
partying.
were.
So I
They
don't
were.
know.
But
I don't know. And
but
not to offend any background or
we're
race,
not
but
trying to
we were
do
just
that.
trying. Yeah, right.
But not only that, the I think the Northbrook city of Northbrook, they're thinking about, of course, citing the hotel as they
Yeah,
should,
yes.
because we're in the middle of pandemic, and you're putting people at risk. And I think whoever the event planner was should have had some sense enough. I know we're all trying to make our coins, but have some common sense here. People are
Mhm.
dying.
They are. They really are.
So,
Okay. All right. Well, with that said, we want to remind everyone that there are over 100,000 people currently in the hospital right now as we speak across the United
mhm,
States that
that's
is
right.
battling COVID-19. Over 100,000, you guys.
Yep.
So please keep that in mind when you think about this and make sure you're protecting yourselves. All right. Our friend Gloria Estefan, Latin singing queen and the queen of Miami, Florida, was recently out to dinner with her family on October 30th in Miami. And as I was
Okay.
telling you, Kay Renee, in South Florida, you know, you can dine outdoors. So their business is
Right.
still thriving, going everything. And she had an incident where she and her family had their mask on, went to the table, taking their mask off, was eating when a fan saw her and came up to her. And before she could do anything, the fan was talking. And it's that split second. And really, to be honest with you, I had the same situation happen to me in Florida where this lady, she's a little off. She thought I was Luther Vandross. Now, not even knowing Luther was dead. Oh, this is a true story. I'm telling you, my friend who was with me can tell you this.
What?
So she was like, oh, oh, and you know, mask hanging off, and you know, and she just, oh my God. And I didn't want to A, tell her, girl, he been dead for years. And B, I'm not him. And C, put your damn mask on. But I had to tell my friend, a lot of times when you are a public figure and you're out and people see you, they want to hug, kiss, grab. They just so, and it's wrong. But that's, and so Gloria Estefan ended up testing positive for COVID-19.
Oh my God.
She did. This news was just delivered today that Gloria Estefan
Wow.
tested positive for COVID-19. And she credits the fact that she takes vitamins and a great health
Mhm.
regimen, that she only lost her taste and smell, and that was pretty much it. A little body ache, but that was it. And she thought she had blamed her chef on the chef's food being very bland. And she said when she went to take a shower the next day and could not smell her bath soap, she knew something was wrong. So yeah.
Wow. And you know she does the Red Table Talk with her and her family, which I've seen episodes of, and just really raw, really real. And I just love her, her daughter, and her niece. So wow, my prayers go out to Gloria. But no, you're right, and it's just amazing how, you know, before March 21st, before everything hit, people who are in the public eye, such as yourself, when they see them, when they see people like yourself, like, oh my God. And as I keep telling people, everyone is just like, I'm just like someone else. Oprah is someone else. The only difference is she got more zeros in the bank account than me. That's the only difference.
Right. Yes. Yes. But I had this conversation with a very famous Chicago celebrity recently,
Mhm.
who, you know, is the type of person that if she walks in a grocery store, anywhere she goes, everybody wants to run up and speak and talk to her. And you know, she was just saying, you know, like, nobody has given a class on how not to be rude. And then you don't want to say, if you don't get your ass off of me, you know, you can't do that, because then people will start thinking something wrong with you. And
Right,
then it'll be reported, oh, so-and-so was nasty at the local store. So, you know,
right,
so I guess if everybody just was to wear their mask and follow the rules, it wouldn't have been
exactly.
so bad. But now Gloria Estefan ended up COVID positive.
Wow.
COVID. Did you hear me say COVID positive? See, it's
I
that food.
heard
I'm
you.
so sleepy. Girl, it's that food. Them
We're gonna
damn
make it
biscuits.
through.
It's
All right.
them biscuits. I can't wait to talk to this restaurant tonight. Yeah, they serving
We're gonna
items.
make it through,
Yeah, are
babe.
we gonna make it, baby? Look,
We're
I'm
gonna
just
make it
drinking
through,
juice
honey.
and right. I'm getting ready to get back on my water. Oh my Lord. So yes,
No, we're gonna make it through. And again, it's just I think because she was taken aback, because I think had she had her wherewithal with her, because she would have probably politely said, "It's a pleasure to meet you." You know, but you know, I don't see a mask. And
right.
then the person was like, "Oh snap!
Yeah,
Let
but
me
she
put on
was
my mask."
right. Right. But I mean, she, she believed that was the second. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
here because she's been wearing a mask, been around. I mean, you just don't know. You do not know, and that's what we've got to be very careful with. That being said, all right. Well, with that being said, Kay Renee, you know what we do every night on this
Oh,
show.
absolutely,
We
honey. I'm
remind
ready.
everyone the importance of wearing your mask. Please make sure you have a good, clean, sanitized mask, whether it's a cloth mask, paper mask. Paper masks are only supposed to be used one time only. I know a
Mm-hmm.
couple of you all are using them again and again.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you spray like a Lysol or a disinfectant. Give
Mm-hmm.
it a good mist. I even do
Mm-hmm.
these like that when I don't want to wash them all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
spray them with a bacteria, killing agent. Um,
Mm-hmm.
put your mask on. Make sure you wear it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 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 yes. Put your mask on. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you wash your hands. Soap and water is the best thing. If you don't have soap and
Absolutely.
water, we ask that you use hand sanitizer. Look how easy and simple that is. Put it in your hands. Yep. Look, rub them all good. Make sure you get under those nails. Make sure everything is nice and clean. Dry your hands if you plan on using anything inflammatory after you just put this hand sanitizer on, because you'll go up in smoke, baby. You're poof, gone.
Okay.
So yeah, poof, gone. So you have to be
That's right.
very careful about that. Yeah, just
That's
poof.
right.
Yeah. So all right. Social distance. Social
Yes.
distance is most important. At least 6 feet back. Get off of me, get off of you, all that great stuff. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
not feeling well on this show, we say it every night. Keep your ass at home. Call
Home.
your
That's right.
job, tell your job, look, I'm not feeling well. Something's not quite right. Watika said what you say, K Renee, mask it or
Mask it or
casket.
casket. That's right.
Right,
That's
right. Yeah.
right.
Mask it or casket.
Mask it or
So
casket. Your
that's what you
choice.
guys. Yes, that's your choice, and
Your
that's
choice.
if you don't want to wear a mask, then we'll see you at your. Well, we won't see you at your funeral because guess
Because
what?
I won't be. Because I won't be
Yeah,
there. How about
yeah.
that?
Only a few people get to come. Nobody gets to
That's
really
right.
come. That's been a really heart wrenching thing for me this year as
Yes.
well, too. To just
Yes.
know that the number of people who have passed away, and keep in mind the first death, it was still before the rules about the funerals. All the other deaths that
Exactly.
I've been through this year, it was all those rules in place, and
Exactly.
just horrible. All right,
Yep.
so okay, Renee, what else we need to talk about? Let's talk about who made this People magazine list. We know
Yeah.
our buddy Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Fauci. He made the
Fauci.
list. And
Yeah.
also three women.
Yes.
One, Miss Selena Gomez. She was Justin Bieber's woman back in the day.
Selena
But
Gomez. Yes, she's beautiful.
but Selena, she has her cooking show called Selena and Chef. And
Oh,
she has a makeup brand called Rare Beauty, and I really like her humanitarian effort. That's probably the reason why she was selected one of the people's of the year, 20 people a year, because she's trying to raise $100 million in 10 years by giving people access if they have mental illness challenges. So I
oh,
think
nice,
that's really
nice,
amazing of her to
nice.
do that, because she's
Yeah.
a young girl. She's not, seasoned like myself. But
Right.
she's still blossoming, as I like to call it. So I'm really proud of her that. And then, of course, Miss Regina King, 227, Poetic Justice,
We
Harry
love Regina.
Maguire, you name it. This woman has done it. She's not only an Emmy Award winner because she won her Emmy in September, she won that Oscar. You know what I'm saying? So she was selected as People's 2020 Person of the Year. And then I used to have a crush on this man. He used to be on Facts of Life. He's one of people's sexiest men alive, Mr. George Clooney.
Oh, girl, I had to think about what you were saying. Facts of Life. I was like, I forgot George Clooney was on the Facts of Life. You are right about that, boy. That I've been playing old school all day long.
I
You
know
really took
that.
us
I
back.
know that.
Wow, the Facts
Yes.
of Life. Yeah.
Facts of Life. So, Kim Fields knew him very well, I'm sure, but we won't go into when she played Tootie.
Uh-huh.
I love Kim Fields, don't get me wrong. But
All right.
yeah, George, is the nephew of Rosemary Clooney, if you
Oh, yes.
remember.
Yeah. Yes. The
And
singer.
one of the things that he's going to be, and before I mention about George, Regina has her directorial debut, and which may have some Oscar buzz from her movie One Night in Miami.
Oh,
So
really?
out, y'all check it out. Give her some love. But George Clooney, he's also he's getting some Oscar buzz by his movie Midnight Sky,
Uh-huh.
and he donated $500,000 to the Equal Justice Initiative, along with 1 million for COVID relief efforts.
Nice, nice,
First, so
nice.
there's some wonderful, deserving people that they should be on People Magazine's Persons of the Year. So, of course,
Yes,
I'm just really happy about Miss Regina because like because we're almost the same age, so it's nice to see because she's a child star, and a lot of child actors and actresses. It's hard to make that transition from children to adult, and so it's nice to see that Regina King has blossomed and just doing her thing.
yes, absolutely.
So
Also, we want to give Regina King a shout out. She is the spokesperson for Cadillac now. And so,
really,
yes, Regina King is from Cincinnati, Ohio. I know her mom
okay.
very well. I had her mom as a guest on
Oh,
a radio show, and I'm actually cool with some of her other family members that live here. And Regina King is just a stellar class act. Her mom even explained in the interview that her daughter stayed busy. Both of her daughters, her sister Raina is there with
Raina,
her,
right, is an actress
which is a
too.
partner in all of everything that they do. And Raina is behind the scenes handling everything, where Regina is in front of the camera and behind the camera. So we're very happy.
We,
And then somebody else. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
we need to get Miss Regina on there so we can do that.
Yes, yes, we've been working on that. We definitely trying to
Okay.
get Miss Regina on to talk to us one night. We also want to give a shout out to the legendary Miss Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton will
Yes,
be 75 years old, and Dolly
that
Parton
looks
wants to
good.
be on the cover of Playboy. I think Dolly might, if they Photoshop and put that staple in the right place, she might could be the
You so
centerfold. She might could be if they, Miss Dolly, I love her. Dolly has donated $1 million to
as
Moderna
well.
to help
Yeah.
them with the vaccination for this. She has children's books that are doing
Yes.
very well, and the books are oftentimes donated to underprivileged children who don't have
Oh wow.
funds to purchase books or don't have adequate enough libraries. So Dolly
Mhm.
Parton really is an American treasure, and
Yes,
I'm a
she is.
huge fan of Dolly, and just wanted to give her a shout out as well too, of how
Oh,
much we love Dolly Parton.
well, when people turn 75, I call Diamond. So she's truly our country diamond. And
Our
all.
country
I
diamond,
love
that's
Miss
right.
Dolly.
Yes, I love Miss Dolly. We do. We
Do
really,
you
really
you
do.
remember you remember the famous movie that she was in, 9 to 5, with Jane
Yes,
Fonda, Lily Tomlin? Love
yes,
that movie.
yes. Working 9 to 5. I remember that. Yes, yes. So very good. All right. Well, Kay Renee, anything else in gossip and entertainment before we move on to our first guest tonight?
We got you sent me, but we're going Warner Brothers. Now, all the
Oh, yes.
2021 blockbusters, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna be streaming them in HBO Max at the same time, be released in theaters. For instance, Wonder Woman, which I love. I love Miss Gal Gadot, and she played Wonder Woman. Okay, I could do tour. I mean, I get that rap that Isabel Bell. That's going to be released Christmas Day on HBO Max. Some of the big hit movies, Dune, The Matrix 4, and Suicide Squad, for instance, they're going to be released via HBO. They're going to be streamed via HBO Max the same time they're going to be released in theaters. So with this pandemic, Hollywood is not the same. They've lost not millions, billions in
Yes,
revenue due to this
yes,
pandemic. So they had
yes.
to also pivot and think about how are we going to get this money? How, all these stars have, you know, um, playing these roles in different movies. We got to recoup our funds some kind of way.
Right,
That's what
right.
they're
Which
doing.
is very true. Very, very true. Yes. I'm wondering what's going to happen with the Aretha Franklin film, the biopic that
I
Jennifer Hudson
know.
is doing. Like, I'm wondering how that's going to be released, because a lot of people I know have received emails from their employers saying that they now will be working from home until August or September. Remember, about a couple of weeks ago, a month or so ago, we said on this show that people were told not to come back, in the office until June or July. A lot of people now are
Right.
saying that their employers are saying do not come back until August or September. And so that just,
And think about this, Art. Like we live in a metropolis, and downtown Chicago has a beautiful skyline, but we have a lot of professional buildings. How you think these renter or these property developers are when they trying to get their money for leasing? They're losing money.
oh yeah, lots of money.
You
Keep
know,
in mind, a lot of these corporate offices that have 3 and 4 floors, they have the entire floor
yeah.
in a building. That's that's a lot
Mhm.
of just wasted revenue right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Well, with that being said, we appreciate you guys being tuned in, checking out the Thursday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show.
Yeah.
I am your host, Chat Daddy. My co-host is the wonderful Miss K. Renee. We're here with you tonight. It is Relationship Thursday, our favorite night of the week.
Yeah.
Well, every night is a good night, but Relationship Thursday is always a great night because we talk about something that affects your relationships. And then later on in the show, we'll welcome the creative genius behind a new Southside dining emporium known as Nipsey's Restaurant and Lounge, located at 91st and Stony Island Avenue. We had a grab and go delivery meal tonight. And the reason why Kay Renee and I cannot speak good English is we have itis tonight. We have eaten all this food, and for those of you all that do not know what itis is, it is something that was long said that only Black folks suffer from, but no, it's something that everybody suffers from. Yes, when you've had just a hellified meal and now you got to do something like talk for 2 hours, it's impossible. It is
Right.
So yes. So you okay, Kay Renee? You still alive over there?
I'm good. I'm good. Let me get a swig of my Crystal Light here.
Go ahead,
Be all
babe.
right.
I get a swig of my water. I get enough energy to interview our next guest.
That's right. That's right. Because she is awesome.
Yes. So our next guest this evening comes to us from Florida. She is known as the tapping queen. And when Kay Renee mentioned to me that she was a tapping queen, I said, well, we gonna have a tap dance on the show? And she says, no, she is the queen of getting that money. I said, well, you mean to tell me exotic dancers call themselves tapping queens now? She said, no, she's a financial expert, you idiot. And she talks to people about their, because honey, I said, well, is that a new name for exotic dancers, the tapping queen? I said, well, all right then. No, she's actually a financial literacy coach, all around great woman. We are honored to have her here tonight. And we're going to talk about sexually transmitted death. I almost said death, but it's debt. Are you still there, Kay Renee? Wait, you look like you were breaking up. Debt. You there? Oh, okay, darling. Good. All right.
I saw that, but you recovered well.
Yeah, okay, darling. Right, because somehow the camera broke up a little bit, but I almost said the wrong thing there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. First time guest, the one and only Miss Keisha Dixon. Hey.
Hello. Oh, thank you so much for having me. I have never been associated or as an exotic dancer, so thanks.
Is she on
see, it's the first time for everything. Yes. Okay, Renee, you must be freezing, baby. You freezing over there. Hold on. Let me put Keisha in the big box. Keisha, it is such. Okay, Renee, can you hear me okay, darling? Can you hear me, dear?
I can hear you fine. I got you. Yes.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. Well, Keisha, it is an honor to have you here with us this evening. I was reading your bio, some of your background, being a single mom, financial struggles, making 6 figures and still financial troubles. Girl, look, I understand everything you're talking about except for being the mama. I ain't been a mama yet, but the rest of it I do get. So please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about your backstory.
Sure. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be here. I'm Keisha Dixon. I'm a transformational wealth coach and the creator of the Monetize Your Mind Success System and the Brilliant Life one-to-one coaching program. And if you're wondering what a transformational wealth coach is, well, you know how you see people who have it all together on the outside, but secretly they're struggling with debt or a lack of savings, and it keeps them up at night, just worried about how they're going to make ends meet. Well, what I do is I help them raise their deserving and worthiness set points so that they can crash through those glass ceilings that are keeping them stuck, double their income so they can increase their savings, reduce their debt, and finally live the life of their dreams. And I do that through the Monetize Your Mind success system.
Wow. And so how long have you been doing this?
I have been a transformational wealth coach for 3 years now, full time. Prior to that, I was working as a corporate director, 33 years as an executive in corporate law, making mid six figures. And as you had said, single mother of 6. I had been married twice, but even when married, I was a single mother. Doing motherhood. Yeah. And although my 6-figure job was such a blessing on paper and continues to be a blessing on paper for whoever filled that position, I found myself struggling in debt. My savings was non-existent, and I was constantly in the red for over $2,000 a month. And interestingly enough, as I was having my own financial drama, I was also giving my money away to other people, to friends, to family, paying other people's rent while I was I was in pre-foreclosure status. And because I've always been a personal development junkie, I knew, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that this does not make sense. And I knew that there was something going on inside of me that was producing these external results around me. And so I really cracked down and I started working with a transformational wealth coach, and it absolutely turned my life around. And I knew there and then that I needed to bring this out from me as well and impact more and more people through this work.
I love it. I love it. I really, really do. Well, Keisha, your story is a story that's familiar to many people. I know you speak to women about their financial issues, but the story resonates with myself, and I'm sure many other people who are watching and listening to this show. Just, finances, I don't care how much money you make and how much you adjust your living. We've got to realize we live in a world where things are more expensive. It just costs more to do things. If you want to treat your family to a vacation, I understand, you helping somebody pay their rent, giving people love offerings, your tithes and offerings to church. And sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. But now when I saw your Facebook post about sexually transmitted debt, I said, now, wait a minute, what in the world is this about? And I think, you know what? I thank God I've never been in a situation where somebody has used me financially like that. But I do know of people who have had just tremendous heartache and heartbreak of being financially used. And I'm sure this is what you're talking about. Please explain that to us.
Yes. And before we do, I saw a joke a few minutes ago and I was like, oh my God, I have to tell this joke. Is that okay?
Please, yes.
What is, and we're talking about we're talking about STDs or sexually transmitted debt. What is your favorite position?
What's my favorite?
The answer is financially stable.
See? Okay. I was getting ready to shut the whole show down. So I'm so glad you came in with that boom thing. Right. I was like, ma'am, I can't say that on the air. And then I was like, please don't let her say demonstrate it. Please. Let's see. Yeah.
I thought that was a really cute segue to STD or sexually transmitted debt, because sexually transmitted debt is debt that your partner or your spouse did not walk into the relationship with, but created secretly over time. And it's really more common than we think. In fact, some of the women that I work with, 6-figure high earners, have uncovered this sexually transmitted debt. Now, it can show up in several ways. Actual stealing from your accounts without putting the money back in, and you were unaware. Or creating massive amounts of debt through credit card spending or loans. And again, you were unaware because you didn't sign off on the statements, you didn't receive the statements in email or in the mail, or even financing a secret life. And a lot of times, what's really curious about this financial debt is the partner who's creating the debt is often not financially or even emotionally supportive in the partnership or in the relationship. And they often use the fact that you're earning money or earning more money as a way to guilt you, shame you, emotionally blackmail you, or just simply hijack your emotions. And they use that against you. And the women and men who experience this often just kind of want to just appease the partner or not disempower the partner any further. They feel like it's their responsibility for their partner's feelings and their partner's actualization of self. So they're kind of content not to really ever question or even take a look at their financial contribution. And usually,
Interesting.
yeah.
I know this to be true. Kay Renee, what do you want to add to this?
I'm in awe because everything that Miss Keisha said, I've experienced. It wasn't pretty. So I know she's telling the truth. We had truth yesterday, a Wednesday, the truth Thursday. How about that? But no, she's speaking truth.
Yes. Well, you know what I find so interesting, though, is that I think more women get caught up in this. Not that men don't. I know quite a few men who have been put in the sugar daddy category, quite a few men who have been told the child is yours, or, you know, if you still want to keep coming around here, you're going to have to pay mortgage and rent. And, you know, and I just think, you know, that's so horrible because a loving relationship really should be equally yoked. You should bring as much to the table as I bring to the table. And it really doesn't have anything to do with finance as much as just the willingness that we put the $10 together and we now have $20. But you meet so many people that you have 20 and they have $5. Is that right, Keisha?
That's right. And it really speaks to an uneven power dynamic. And with one party feeling very disempowered in the relationship. And it's not always the party who's making less money who feels this disempowerment, because oftentimes when this happens to women or men, they're already who are earning lots of money, there's already something inside of them that makes them feel like they have to earn love. And so they're already entering into a relationship in a very disempowered state.
Interesting. Keisha, not Keisha, Kay Renee, your feedback on this?
I've had a conversation with Keisha, so I know what she's talking about. And it's just, I'm just really grateful that she is being able to speak on this, because as provocative a title that it was, it really talks about how you feel as a person and how you value yourself as a person. Because if you don't value yourself as a person, things can come in your life in a financial, emotional, all that, those aspects that will get you continuously, help you, make you stay in have sexually transmitted debt. So it's just, I just love how she worded that, because it grabs people's attention. Like, what? Because once you can say that, then people will start to listen. Like, okay, how the hell do I get out of this sexually transmitted debt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keisha, something that
Keisha, I was saying, how do you get out of that? How does one get out of that?
Yeah, well, the first most important piece is to have an awareness around it. A lot of times, you know, not many people go around saying, I don't feel worthy of love. They don't consciously say that. So a lot of times, by the time you discover that there is this sexually transmitted debt, which I also call a financial trauma, it's because you're trying to up level in some way. Maybe you're trying to make a purchase, right? And your credit cards are maxed out, and that's how you discover it. And it's a devastating betrayal. And it's also a financial trauma as I define trauma. And that trauma is anytime you have an event that in the end caused you some kind of some kind of loss. And it's made you trust less, right? Trust the world less, trust your partner less, trust yourself less. Like, I should have known better. I should have known better. And when you look back at the event, you can say, even if it happened 10 or 15 years ago, if that hadn't happened, I'd be further ahead right now. If that hadn't happened, I would have $50,000 in my savings account right now. If that hadn't happened, I would have been able to buy my dream house.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people will say, okay, well, you might even say, okay, well, you should just move on and get past it. But what happens is, in our nervous system, our head might say, okay, I just have to get past it. But our nervous system has collected this information, this trauma-based information, and the energy of that stays stuck. So even if you move past it in your head and even move past the relationship, you'll find yourself attracting the same type of relationship over and over again. And when you go to set a new income goal or double your income or reach a next level of success, your nervous system and your subconscious mind will shut it down, because it's designed to protect you. And so you'll start doing things that sabotage yourself unaware, because your subconscious mind is saying, well, if this happened in the past, and it did, please remember it did, then we're not going to allow, we being the subconscious mind, we're not going to allow that to happen again. So we're going to let you be disappointed first. You disappoint yourself, you don't hit your goals, you beat yourself up, rather than have somebody else take further advantage of you. So awareness first, and really getting very clear of, this was a trauma. It might not be a capital T trauma as people look at traumas, but it's a little T trauma, and I deserve to witness and observe it as such and honor it as such, because so often we try to suppress it, stuff it down, we're embarrassed about it, we don't even share it, we don't say it out loud, or we'll look for the partner who committed this against us, right, who did this behavior. We'll look for validation from that person, and you're never going to get it.
You know, Keisha, I've heard stories of where people got married to a person and thought that we were going to be a great couple, we were going to financially be amazing, all of that. And once they were in that marriage, the other mate either went out and took mortgages out on the house unbeknownst to the mate, or went and bought a boat, or, you know, just things like that. And so is that common still in this day and age of people doing financial infidelity on their mates?
It's very, very common, and it's not talked about a lot. I was surprised when I started doing this as a profession, how common it is. Because even though I was doing my own work, there was a part of me that felt shame and embarrassment, and a feeling like, oh, that was only me. For example, when I first got married to my first husband, up while we were engaged and up until the marriage day, he had 3 jobs, hardworking man. 1 week into the marriage, he had 0 jobs.
So wait, what happened? Pandemic, laid off, or he just
figured this was way before pandemic.
Oh, okay, right.
2 jobs he quit, and 1 job he yoked up the manager and got fired. which was a foreshadowing of the marriage.
Yeah, and see, to me, that's deception like a mug. You know what I'm saying? Like you showed me hardworking, 3 jobs, great provider, all of that, and then now nothing. So yeah, that was a con and a ruse. Yes, it was.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me not to imagine that was not premeditated. We're on civil terms now, but it's hard to imagine that was not premeditated.
So what advice would you want to give people who, you know, we are in this pandemic right now. A lot of people do want to get out and date again eventually. And we're, to me right now, you know, my saying on this show is those that are last will now be first. The playing field has been even for just about everybody now.
This is a supernatural reboot for sure.
Yes, those that are financially stable, you know, they're doing okay. But I'm telling you, everybody is being very cautious about their money. What advice would you want to give to somebody that wants to get their toe back out here once they get the vaccination and the world opens up a little more?
Oh, like dating advice?
Yes,
Well,
dating advice.
yeah, I would strongly encourage you to use this time of the supernatural reboot to really become embodied in your own sense of empowerment and really work on your own boundaries and play with what you would be accepting of in a relationship and what you would not, and really lean into the word no without having to back up that no, without having to give a reason. Like, oh, no, I'm too broke to do that. I don't want to do that right now. Well, no, just say no. You don't have to, you don't have to validate your no. Your no is absolutely acceptable. So my advice for anything, whether it's a relationship or money, is to really deal with your internal world. Because it's when you start shifting internally that everything around you starts to shift externally, whether it's your money, the type of partners you attract, like attracts like. And even though people who have, women or men who have experienced sexually transmitted debt are good, hardworking people, they were also an energetic match for the person who used and abused them. Yeah. So you're becoming solid within yourself. Start dating yourself would be my best advice. Really date yourself, court yourself, fall in love with yourself over and over and over again.
Yep, I agree. I stepped on my foot last night and I said, "Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. You okay?"
Right.
I said that to myself. I did, and stepped on my own foot. Yes, I did.
Absolutely.
So that works. All right, Kay Renee, you have another question for our guest before we have to wrap up, my dear?
I do. I want people to know, why are you called the tapping queen? I know why you're called the tapping queen.
Yeah, I need to know better myself. Yes.
Please let our audience know why you're called the tapping queen.
Yes. Okay, so tapping stand is a modality that I use in my practice, and it's really good at reducing the fight, flight, or stress response in your body, in your nervous system. It also reduces or removes the charge behind traumas, and that's why it works so well with money. Tapping, it's emotional freedom technique, and what you're doing is you are voicing how you feel, witnessing how you feel as you're tapping on various acupressure points on your body. And it really releases any of the stuck traumas. It releases the energy. Yes. So here are the tapping points. Eyebrow, side of the eye.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you done this before?
I have. Yes.
Yes, under the eye. And so under the nose.
Oh.
Chin. My favorite, the collarbone, which is right like the divot at your collarbone.
Yes.
Goes straight to your heart. And there are other tapping points throughout the body. So it's a clearing technique. So as you're expressing these emotions that a lot of times we don't want to lean into, we don't want to feel because we might feel that they're bad emotions or we're bad people if we do it. As you say those things, as you're tapping, whether on your own or with a tapping practitioner like me, you're actually rewiring your neurotransmissions. You're reducing your stress, and you're showing, and you're really embodying your own personal power, and you're showing up as a very new version of you. You're still you, but you are empowered, you are boundaried, and you are absolutely brilliant. And so that's why I'm called the tapping queen, because I just have a way of getting in there and kind of, people say, "Are you reading my mind?" I'm not really reading your mind, but I just know where we're headed with the tapping.
Well, Queen, once this pandemic is over and I'm back down in your area, we're going to have a social distance tapping get together, because
we can do it online. I do all.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, wonderful.
I do it all online. I've always done it online. Yeah, I have clients all over the world.
Oh, I love it. And that is just wonderful. You know, I'm thinking this woman is tapping money. This woman is really channeling your energy, healing. And I love this even better. I love it even better. I really, really do. Well,
Thank
Keisha,
you.
It's been amazing. You are just such a breath of sunshine. I just love and adore you. Kay Renee, what else do you want to say to our guest tonight before we have to run?
She's my sister, but I do want to ask one question to you, Keisha. What motivates you to be the best Keisha Dixon this universe has ever seen?
What motive? Well, my soul's cry, I've had this soul's cry forever now, is to live my life completely poured out and to leave nothing secret nor sacred with me in the grave. So that's my overlying mission.
Wow, I love it. I do. I really, really do. That's beautiful. You know, it's some things I'm just gonna have to take to the grave. It's some things that I'm gonna be like, we ain't gonna talk about that. Right. You know, it's just a few things that I may not want to talk about. Well, Keisha, how can people find you, follow you? I'm now following you on all your social media platforms. Awesome. Tell everybody how they can connect with you, Keisha.
Yes, you can connect with me on Facebook. I have a free group called the $100,000 Minute with Keisha Dixon. Join us there for free lessons, teachings, tappings. You can also find me on LinkedIn at Keisha Dixon. I'm also on YouTube, TQ TV. And that's where you can find me.
All right. Well, we love you, Keisha. We do. This has been amazing.
Kay
Renee, you knocked this out the ballpark. What a great guest. I feel as if she's your sister. She's my sister now, too, because I just love her. She is. She really is. Well, Keisha, we want to wish you the absolute best. Happy holidays to you and your family. And do you want to give a holiday message to everybody, just for all the families to stay strong this holiday season?
Yeah, absolutely. Just stay strong, stay safe, and just remember, no matter what it looks like, feels like, you are already enough. And so whether anyone's told you today or not, I absolutely love you.
All right. Well, we love you too, my dear. We do.
Thank you.
This has been incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the tapping queen.
Thank you so much.
Getting your money and your mind right. Tonight, she was talking to us about sexually transmitted debt. And that's something that I'm sure we've all, have experienced at one point or another. Some of y'all are paid for sex and some of y'all are paid for sex in other ways. So that's all I'm going to say. And with that being said, we love you, Keisha. God bless and have a good night. All right. Thank you, honey. Happy holidays. All right. Beautiful. All right. Kay Renee, that was great. That was amazing. That was. Yeah. Oh, my God. I like Keisha. She was very good.
I'm glad you did. And hopefully we can have her back.
Yes. Yeah. I think, before any of my potential suitors ever got a chance to get me, I used to always be like, look, you ain't got enough money to get on the bus to come over to my house, then we don't need to date. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of why, I do know a lot of men that have spent a lot of money on women and several marriages and all of that. And then I know women who guys have really used them very bad. So somebody like Keisha is really helpful and beneficial to help people with their healing process. But absolutely. I'm like, don't you think if you can't get bus fare to get over here, we good, boo. We good. Love you too. Love you too. All right. Well, as you guys all know, this is our Friday here on the show, but we'll be back on Monday night. And when we come back on Monday, Dr. Janet Seabrook will be joining us. And Dr. Janet Seabrook will give us our latest update on COVID-19, the flu season, as well as we'll talk about some other health issues. And then we have a wonderful young lady coming out of North Carolina who's going to talk to us about just how we are feeling right now. The entire next week of each show we'll deal with mental health during the holidays, how to talk to your children about depression, losing a family member or loved ones this holiday season. With us losing so many people to COVID, there are people experiencing the trauma of death this year like no other. And so, a lot of these people that died, you wonder, would they have died if it wasn't for COVID and things like that? So, so we'll talk about all of the grief and drama that goes on. All right, my dear, you okay before we move on to our next guest? What else you got going on? See, you sleepy. That food from Nipsey's, honey. That tranquilizing food. That itis food. Yes.
Oh. Well, remember we did a pre-tapping thing too, so I'm good. I'm just kind of
This
I'm
woman
just
that had
telling.
us tapping our energy, and we done ate them biscuits from Nipsey. Girl, right. We may not wake up to Saturday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm like, oh my God, this was great. It
We
really, really
we
was.
gonna make it. We gonna make
Okay.
it. All
All
right.
right. Well, anything else you need to talk about? Any big plans for the weekend?
Nope. Nope. What I am gonna do, which I know you're gonna get on me because we talked about this, but I before we went on your air, I'm looking at my desk right now, and it looks. I said, I cannot end 20 or go into 2021 looking like this. So my goal is on my phone to clean out this desk, and
Yes.
this is just a lot of stuff that I don't need, and so that's going to be what I'll be doing this weekend is clean
No,
this desk out.
I'm not gonna be mad at you because I feel the same way. My studio in here, if you see, I did add a little holiday decoration. We have some lights, and I'm gonna get you a poinsettia to sit behind you, so you'll have a
Okay.
holiday plant behind
Okay.
you. But I feel the same way. Clean up, do some things. I want to donate a lot of clothes to various
Yeah.
organizations the next couple of weekends, so I'll be cleaning out closets. So I'm all good. And so in the meantime, since you and I both live on the south side of Chicago, and we are limited on dining establishments on this side of town,
Yes.
we now have a new place where we can get great food, whether it's Cajun food,
Yes.
pizza, American comfort food, and
Yes.
also cocktails to go. Can you believe that? Like, I feel like we in New Orleans. Cocktails to
Okay.
go. Yeah, I know. I just need frozen drinks. You know what I'm saying? That's
Oh
all
my
I
goodness.
need.
That'll really put you out. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we can't do that on the night we're gonna watch the show. We cannot.
No,
Well,
we can't.
joining us tonight is the director of operations for a new establishment, a food emporium located at 91st and Stony Island Avenue, where the former Leona's used to be. It is in this wonderful restaurant is Nipsey's Restaurant and Lounge. And my dear friend, Mr. Teddy Gilmore, is the man behind this wonderful establishment. Let's welcome him to the show. Brother,
Hey.
hey. What's
going on,
happening,
man?
Hey.
sir?
Hi, Mr. Teddy.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Doing amazing. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Now, K. Renee, he's a Dolphin, right? He went to Whitney Young.
That's right.
Aha.
All day.
What?
That's
All
all
day,
day.
every day. I
Well,
thought you knew, baby. He went to
I
Whitney Young.
didn't know.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
Yes.
should we say
Yep.
what year, Teddy?
Oh, of course. Class of '87. All day for me. Class of '87.
Okay. 84.
Okay.
84.
That's what's
All
up. That's what's
right.
up.
Well,
Yep.
Dolphin love. All right, Dolphins. I know they're out there.
Indeed.
Show Teddy some love now.
See that right.
Indeed.
There you go. I surprised you not only with dinner, but there you go. And you're a
You
former
sure
right.
did.
A Dolphin. There
Oh
you
my
go.
goodness.
Yep.
We
All right.
Dolphins are what, Teddy? We Dolphins are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh Lord. That's all I hear all the time. You Dolphins are everywhere. That's all I hear. Well,
Yeah,
Everywhere.
it's a true statement. True statement. You got to think about that.
Right.
yeah,
You
well,
know.
it's true. I'm starting to learn that as well. And I'm a Luther South Brave, but I at least learned that there's a Dolphin somewhere in every room. Well,
That's true.
Teddy, I am so honored to have you here with us this evening. Every time you open an establishment, you outdo yourself each and every time. This time you have returned back to the south side of Chicago. I'm not surprised about the decor that is behind you in the background. I cannot wait until you're able to accept the public in your place, because you always do a stellar job on decoration, food quality, and just a beautiful atmosphere. I want to find out what made you return back to your stomping grounds.
Well, I grew up right here on 92nd East End. So, for me, just having establishments down in downtown area, I felt there was an opportunity for us to come back and do kind of a downtown atmosphere on the south side and give, something where I took a lot of pride in coming back here. It was important. I felt it was important for our culture, everything that's going on, from 2013 when I opened up my first establishment, things were a lot different. I remember all the issues we had downtown, and people were actually questioning, would the police actually do that to you? And I think the question, they answer differently now. They kind of understand what happened. So it was important for us to come back here. I'm literally a half a block from where I grew up at, and it was important, and I felt like coming back here was the right time. It was the right atmosphere, and we just had a great opportunity. And, a lot of people do know, and some people don't, that the city actually funded this project, which was great.
Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Well, the one thing that I want to say is that what inspired you to create what you've created? Because matter of fact, you had the outside decorated for so long that people say, well, the man or whoever this is came out here, decorated this place all nice, and we've not seen the place. And you did it in a 90s theme. And so that was a time when a lot of our Black restaurants were surfacing, the Shark Bar and places like that. So is that kind of what made you go with that 90s theme?
It went with the 90s theme. I felt like it wanted to be mature. I felt like we needed a neighborhood spot. We needed a place where we could actually come, if it was business or just to meet a friend. And it was on the South Side, it's on Stony Island. A lot of times I refer to Stony Island as the Black Wall Street. It's an opportunity for us to create our own legacy on the South Side of Chicago. Right. And so in doing that, it was a place that was needed where we could get food, and when you come and you see the inside of this, you'll see this place was built that it could stand up to any restaurant or bar in the downtown area. That's how it was built. And so for us, it was important to have a place that we called our own. We employ people that look like us. And so I wanted people to be proud of this spot. I wanted them to take pride in it, see it for what it's worth. In the 90s for me, I was in college. I'm, a proud graduate of Florida A&M University. So it was important for me to actually show this as a place of the 90s where you could come and have a good time. And it was a good time for us. And that's how we even got the name of Nipsey's. It's a homage to, the Martin Show.
Yes. Very good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got that automatically. I knew that's what that was all about. So now, Teddy, you serve a plethora of things. The menu today was just wonderful. I know you, and that the menu will probably continue to grow.
Yes.
We had a wonderful sampling. My crew and I today, I had your delicious burger. It was cooked to perfection. I even enjoyed how you guys even asked how did I want it cooked. That was very nice. We had the pan-seared catfish, which I was told was absolutely delicious, that your greens were great. Kay Renee, darling, what did you have of our dining feast tonight? What were some of the things you had?
I had the shrimp and corn chowder, which is my favorite, and I told her I was going to do this. I love this right here. I don't know if you can see it. Fried green tomatoes.
Green tomatoes, yes.
And I'm like,
that's one of our top sellers.
Man, I had mine, and it was just so delicious. I know. Yeah. Now, Teddy, what are the two sauces you serve with it? Because it was just delicious.
We have a aioli sauce with it that comes along with it. Also, I'm not sure if you got it with the jerk sauce.
Yes.
We also have a bank sauce, a Nipsey bank sauce too.
Oh my God, it's just incredible. And then last but not least, while Kay Renee is chewing, okay, so they do these amazing biscuits at Nipsey's. Honey, when I tell y'all this damn biscuit is the size of a loaf of bread, I'm finna show y'all how big this biscuit is. Now, this is a damn loaf of bread. This is, you know what I'm saying? Delicious biscuit. Now, Teddy, my only complaint is that I needed some sausage gravy to go with that biscuit because I cannot wait till you start doing breakfast. So you've got to have the Chat Daddy on the platter, which is the biscuits with that sausage gravy, brother, because the biscuits are incredible.
Oh yeah, definitely. Our chef really they call cat head biscuits. So a lot of his culinary training comes out of the South. So it's something that he was probably put on the menu. So we look forward to when we get an opportunity to bring people in for our brunch. And I'm not sure if you've seen outside, but we actually built a patio as well. So we plan on doing a lot. During this pandemic, we're really just everything. This place is built to really. It's kind of like we have a Ferrari, and we can't really drive it that fast. So we're just kind of hanging on into April. We're going to do a lot of amazing things here.
Good. Wonderful. So now, Teddy, what are some of the other things that you offer on the menu there at Nipsey's?
We have wings. We have our black ash salmon. I think that's one of the meals that we're actually going to show today. We also do fried cauliflower. That's been a big hit for us as well. So we have Stony Island pizza, which has been really flying off of here because we did inherit Leona's pizza oven. So we actually had a pizza consultant come in and really show us what it took to make a pizza. I had no clue. Spent a couple of weeks with him and found out, everything that went into making a good pizza.
Yes.
So this place is built to be, I want it to be a community base. I want us to be able to have not only meetings here, we have business opportunities where you can come. We want to discuss different things going on in the community and really be able to give back and do the things that, you want to do. And I want people to feel proud. The one thing I noticed is a trend going on where a lot of restaurants are moving from the downtown area back into their own areas, like Andersonville and also like Wicker Park and things. So that's what we're doing too. So we want people to feel like they don't have to go outside of this community. They can come here. You can have people meet you here, and just really built for, it's built for us to have a great hybrid scenario where you can eat. We've got 12 screens all over the place. We have a huge, 40-foot screen over our stage area. So it's an opportunity to do a lot here. And I'm looking forward to the spring of 2021. And, one of the people asked me, why did you open now? We had a neighborhood opportunity fund, which was established. And I'm not sure if you understand what that is, but the neighborhood opportunity fund, every building that's built downtown over 3 stories, they have to contribute a certain amount of money to this fund, which is used to build businesses on the south side and the west side of Chicago.
Nice.
And so we were awarded that by the mayor. And once we did that, we had to continue to move forward. And part of the process is once you complete it, you have to open. So right when we were going to open, the Wednesday before our scheduled open date, the mayor or the governor said, no dining. So this place was really built for in dining. But, we had to kind of scope back our menu a little bit, and we'll continue to add different things. But so far, it's been going well, though.
Very good. Well, Teddy, I'm so glad to hear what you said about increasing more dining establishments on the South Side. This past summer, when, we were able to come out and do al fresco dining, people would pick me up and want to take me out to lunch. And we were just saying how disheartening it was that we would have to either go down on Division, Wicker Park, Lincoln Park, places like that for al fresco dining and be in a beautiful atmosphere and things like that. So I'm just so glad that you are thinking about bringing that to our side of town as well too, because people on our side of town want that dining experience and not have to leave our neighborhood. So yes, we appreciate it.
And we have similar ages, so you guys can remember what Rush Street used to look like, and Chicago Avenue and those places used to look like when we were growing up. They weren't what they look like today. I'm constantly telling my wife, I'm like, it was dangerous to walk down Rush Street when we were growing up. I'm like,
yes.
Like that. So you look at North Avenue now, where people are putting restaurants. It didn't look like that. So we have an opportunity here. It's time to kind of take back our neighborhood and bring it to a different level. And I feel like the support is there. I feel like the things that we're going to do here is going to bring this community together, and we're going to be able to do a lot of great things.
Yes, absolutely. Same way with the Randolph Food District. That used to be so scary over there. The Fulton Market area.
You would think.
Man, please. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes. Look, you would get out your car and somebody would bust the window before you could even close the car door over there. So every area has its problems, but we've got to love them and nurture them. And so I do, Teddy, I take my hat off to you for coming back and loving and nurturing the South Side. So now you have some things you want to show us tonight. Is Brittany ready to come on camera with us?
I'm pretty sure she is. She should be.
Okay, don't you go anywhere, because we're going to talk more with you a little bit, because I understand you're going to help the young people and the seniors of this community. I know, we'll do all of that. All right, well, tell Brittany we're getting ready to bring her in. And
I'm sure she's ready.
Okay, Brittany, let's see. Her screen is blank. Let's see. Brittany. There she is. I saw Brittany earlier in the interview. She just is fabulous. Superstars wait till the last moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Brittany of Nipsey, Chicago. Hello, Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Hey, Miss
great. How are you guys doing
Brittany.
today?
Good. How you doing?
Holding up, making this thing work, right?
Yeah, Brittany, you've been on a media tour all day long. I saw you on an interview earlier with my good friend Adasha Townsend.
Yes,
And honey, you just been doing the doggone thing. So introduce yourself. Tell us all about Brittany. And I understand you are the woman that's making it all come together over there at Nipsey. So go right ahead.
absolutely. So, as you said, my name is Brittany. I've been working with Teddy on different endeavors off and on since 2013. So I am pretty well rounded in hospitality, I would say at this point. I actually have started my own hospitality consulting company that I'm looking to try to grow and build. But in the meantime, I'm just in a scenario where I'm trying to learn as much as I can with this project and just
Mhm.
opening a restaurant during a pandemic.
Okay, very good. So now, Brittany, we had some amazing food. We did the order and go and had it delivered. And
Yes.
honey, look, between them biscuits, them green tomatoes, and that burger, I hope I'm able to wake up tomorrow. We've had itis on this show all night. All night we've had itis.
Oh yes, the slump food.
Yes,
It'll have you
yes,
slumped over for sure.
yes,
For
it will.
sure.
So, what else do you want to show us tonight that you guys offer?
So tonight, and I gotta figure out how I can I can do it this way.
Well,
We
however, we
are,
here for you.
we had, originally we had our fried chicken wings, and just recently, actually today, we made the decision to kind of go toward a naked wing and
Oh,
allow the customer to kind of pick what sauce they wanted the naked wing to be tossed in. Because we already offered the fried chicken dinner, and it was a lot of fried food. So we just kind of wanted to do a naked, more healthier option on the wing side. So that's what I have here for you guys. It's just the
Oh my
wow.
goodness. Oh my
naked
goodness.
wings, and that is
Not
Oh,
right.
served.
That's not right, Brittany. Oh my goodness.
You have the option to get them naked. We have a Nashville sauce that is our house sauce made from scratch. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And it's served with celery and carrots. So
nice,
you can choose to
nice.
have this
Mhm.
kind of made however you like. And then our
Okay.
other food that we kind of want to showcase is our seared and blackened salmon. And
Oh
from the
Ah,
goodness.
it's aesthetically pleasing. What you see, the black parts of the salmon was actually cooked in onion ash, they call it. So
uh-huh.
it's very, very
Oh my
flavorful.
goodness.
It's very flavorful, and on the inside, that salmon is going to be cooked to perfection.
Oh,
So the
oh
outside,
my
like I
God.
said, is
Wait,
just
pull
seared
that
and
plate, pull that
blackened.
plate to the left just a little bit more. Wait, the other way.
Oh,
That
there
There
we
you
go.
girl,
go. Oh my
yes,
goodness.
Lord. Yes, that looks
Yeah, we
good.
in there.
Are those baby carrots I see?
Yes. So those
And
are baby roasted
tomatoes.
carrots, capers, tomatoes, and it's served over a bed of rice.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
God. Yeah, that looks
Mm.
great. And,
Yeah.
and so,
Yeah.
Brittany, these are offerings that people would be able to get every night. Are they specials?
Yeah.
How does ordering? Because I ordered via Toast tonight. It was
Hmm.
really easy and very simple. And you guys even sent a text message. The food is ready. Everything. I love it.
Yeah.
So how does ordering and all that work with you guys?
So they can order online at nipseys.com, and that directs them to Toast. Like you said, the order then pings to us. It comes up on our kitchen display. We get that order out, and as the order is completed, it then texts the customer and let them know the order can be picked up. They can also order on Uber Eats as well as DoorDash.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
now,
Mm.
even though I'm excited about food and I think it's great, I was a fat kid, so food is secondary to me. Liquor is number one. Liquor, and I understand
Yeah.
that you guys just don't do the standard rum and coke. You actually are partnering with mixologists to make this
Yes.
happen. So tell
So
us about your drink selections.
So what we wanted to do was really give a lot of mixologists found themselves out of work, especially during this pandemic, where they were laid off because there was no work for them. So we wanted to give them an opportunity and a platform to kind of partner with us and be able to build their own mixology brands and companies. I'm sure you guys have seen just the boom of the mobile bartenders that have been doing special events, parties, things like that. So we wanted to partner with them and allow them to be able to do their own signature cocktails and sell them outside of Nipsey's, and we can offer them a to go option with that. I have my beverage director here. His name is Mel, and
Yay.
he has crafted some cocktails for you guys just so you can kind of see um, what we will be offering on the inside once everything becomes available. And I'll just give him a chance to kind of get on screen and introduce himself.
Okay, very good.
Well, welcome. One of the cocktails I'm going to make today is going to be kind of like a grape drink. Since we're on Southside of Chicago, it's a nice play on that. So it's going to be basically a rum rice spirit. So we're doing a little bit of Party White, hibiscus puree, as well as a little bit of fresh blueberry puree,
Oh,
fresh lime juice.
oh, everything fresh. I love it. Yes.
Everything is fresh.
Yes.
Give it a nice little shake.
That's my favorite sound. That and money. That and money. Yes. Yes. Money unfolding and a cocktail being shaken. Yes. Lovely.
You gotta be honest with you. Taste it. Let them know how it tastes, actually.
Oh, you want honesty. I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes.
So I've
very
actually
good.
this will be my first time tasting this, so I'm actually pretty excited.
Oh,
this one.
wow.
I
And
love
what's
a
the
fruity
name of this
cocktail.
cocktail again?
What are we calling this, Mel?
I'm calling it a Southside grape drink.
Southside grape drink. You know, the Southside
Oh,
we love the grape crush. We love a
yes.
grape Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Yes.
That's our thing, right? Let's see.
Oh, honey,
Okay.
we heard when you swallowed it, that's how good it was.
Okay.
We heard that. We heard that. We did, right. We heard the go. We heard how good that was, right.
She can't play.
Yeah.
She can't play
Right. You
broken.
can't
That's
put
what
it
I'm saying. Yeah, that's
And I'm not supposed to be drinking on the job here. This was
Right. Right.
This
Look.
is we always appreciate each other's feedback around here. He had made another drink. We asked him to do a peach sidecar a little bit earlier,
Oh,
and Teddy liked it, but it was more on the stronger side. And I'm like, as a peach sidecar, most of the time women are going to typically order those drinks, or someone who has a fruitier palate. So I was like, we got to kind of bring that fruit in a little bit more. He was able to execute that perfectly. Mel does a great job on the cocktail side, guys. And like I said, we can't wait to get you guys in here to be able
I
to.
love
He
it.
was supposed to take this away from me. I don't know why it's still
Oh,
here.
well, look, Brittany, anytime you need a taste tester, I can sit in the parking lot, and I even have a mask with a zipper on it, and I bring my own straw. So Teddy will tell you, I'm an expert on this. So anytime
seen
you need
those.
me, right? Anytime you need me, my friend, I can make sure I help the bartender. Well, that was great. It really
Absolutely.
was.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to you both.
Thank
And
you guys so much.
he's been doing a lot of just wonderful videos. I've been seeing the bartenders videos as well too. So very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
Thank
Well,
you.
we look forward to seeing more of you once we're through this pandemic and as things progress forward.
It was
Okay.
really great talking with you guys. You guys stay safe, and thanks again.
All right, Brittany, we
care.
appreciate you so much. Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening.
Bye-bye.
Oh, we love
Bye.
Brittany. We really do. Let's bring everybody back in.
goodness.
Teddy, I'm not surprised. You always have some of the best staff members ever. People who are just very professional, well put together, and they're well rounded. What does it take to bring a staff like that to a venue of your type?
Well, I've been working with Brittany for about 7 years, and it took an opportunity to build. And most of my management staff actually have all female management staff, and it just really takes a lot of dedication. It took the time to get ready, and a lot of times people don't understand what it takes to actually build a restaurant. And this restaurant, even though it was Leona's in the beginning, it needed to be a whole rehab. And I'm not one to knock a lot of restaurants, but I don't really understand a lot of times how Leona's was serving food over there just to come in here. It was really
Oh, yeah.
had a full gut and had to really get into the whole, restaurant and clean it and make sure it was right. And so as we sat down and decided the direction we wanted to go in, getting this staff together, and you have to imagine we had a whole staff ready for a sit-down restaurant that, we had to let a lot of people go. once they made with that. And so, that was a difficult decision. So at this point, like she was saying, working with her to create this Black mixology partnership has really been great. There's been a lot of interest in it, and I'm hoping it could provide some extra money for bartenders that are not working right now. And we've given ourselves, that really, honestly, we're looking at April. And, for myself, it's interesting. We had this great conversation around this vaccine. And I'm like one of the people that are saying, listen, I'm going to take the vaccine. My entire industry depends on this vaccine. And you'll see me on the internet taking it when the time comes. And I'm like, you got to be in a position where, unless I just don't want our people to get pushed to the back of the line and saying, oh, we're not going to take it. I hear people saying we're going to wait 2-3 years. I'm like, by then, everybody else, downtown will be open. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that type of timing. And I want to make sure that, as we build this and we have good conversations about it, and I want to do all that I can to help encourage people, and not trying to send people, I keep hearing this thing about Tuskegee experiment too. And I'm like, that was a different time. You know what I'm saying? It was a different time, different situation. I like the fact that Pfizer wasn't funded by the government. They were like, listen, we don't have anything to do with this. We came up with it. We learned about, and I feel like it's a new way and it's advancing so quickly that, I just want to make sure that we're all open to understanding it a little bit better. And, this industry has been hit hard, and it's really, it's kind of hurtful a little. It actually hurts a lot when you look at what's going on, and a lot of people won't come back. A lot of people won't make it. A lot of restaurants won't be able to make it. And so, what I will say is, our landlord that's over here has been great. And he's been, a supporter of ours. We've done everything we needed to do. People have been great to support us over here. And they're going to continue. We're going to continue to push this out and really promote. And a lot of people ask how we're doing. Art, I spent 20 years being a promoter in the city. So I spent a lot of time on promoting and getting people out to support us so we can make it through this pandemic. And, I just look forward to the summer. My vision for the summer is just, amazing. The things that we can do here. And it's a different feel, Art, to be able to look out and wave to your neighbor. That's the best way I could put it.
That's right.
I never had the opportunity to wave to my neighbors when I was at the downtown venues. People appreciate the fact that we're here. And downtown, people looked at us like, why are you here?
That's right.
And so now, it feels good. It feels good to be wanted.
And I appreciate that. I'm with you on that 100%. Have your own people embrace you and support you, and it makes good sense. Teddy, I understand that you're going to have some programming or some things to offer for our senior community, because the Southside, it does have a very heavy senior community, as well as you want to help our young people in the community. Let's talk about some of the future programming that you're going to do.
Yes, we just have a new senior home that opened up maybe 2 blocks away from us, right on, I think it's 94th and Stony Island, a huge facility. We're going to do social media training for seniors. And what I'm going to start, I'm developing a program called Golden Influencers. And these are seniors that actually know how to navigate, the internet and social media well. And I'm going to have them helping us train other people that might be a little scared of, social media. And this place is built for that. Like, it's built to show people, and, all our screens are interactive where you can watch and see how things are actually going to come about. So that's one of the programs that we look to doing. As far as our young people, we look at being able to build upon getting high school seniors in here on the weekend and showing them how to actually, what it takes to run a kitchen, how to get in here and work with our chef, and how to bring that to fruition. And, right now it's tough because of the COVID, but once that comes off, we plan on going full storm with that. You'll see at least 20 different high school kids in here helping us build, our brunches and do the different things. And then I plan on next year, once this ends, is taking a couple of those college students and showing them what it actually takes to run a restaurant from the business side of it.
Yes.
And we'll continue to do and give back. And, clearly I'm going to have a slight edge toward Whitney Young, but, I know CDS is around the corner, South Shore, and these different places. So we're going to build with them as well. And we're going to help like places like Simeon. And it's just something that, I feel good about. And I feel like I didn't have this opportunity when I was downtown. It was always like this, I don't know if you ever ran in sand or in the mud. It was never like you can get your footing. And I feel good about the footing that we have right now here.
Yes, very good.
I feel yes.
K Renee, do you have a question for our guest before we have to wrap up tonight?
I had these fried green tomatoes, right? So I'm very
Yes.
quiet. So when I have nothing to say, but Eddie, I'm very proud of you. I'm definitely going to make sure our Dolphin Alumni Association knows about you. If they don't know, they will know very soon. And you'll be seeing me, or not me personally, but I'll be making some orders at your restaurant. Be sure of that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all the support. Everyone's been great, and we're going to continue to grow into a great restaurant on the South Side. I remember so many great restaurants on the South Side, and it just happened. So now I feel like we're going to have a resurgence. And also, what I want to say is, I want to say one thing. I want to invite other people that might even think about opening a restaurant. Come over here. Come to Stony Island. Let's build this area up. I do not want to be the only restaurant over here. I want when you come on Stony Island to have multiple places you can go, multiple places you can see and enjoy. Because I honestly feel in my heart, this is the new Black Wall Street.
I agree.
At it and understand what it is. Because when you drive up and down the street, there's nothing but Black businesses, and it's time for us. This is our opportunity.
Yep. Teddy, I agree with you 100%. I'm a new resident of this area. And before this pandemic, there were only maybe 3 places in this area that I would eat, sit down places that I felt, were comfortable, kind of reminded me of places that I eat in other neighborhoods. And because of this pandemic, all of those places are gone now. And so, you're right. It's time for us to rebuild. It's time for us to, look at ways of making it happen. And what I like about you, Teddy, is you're asking other people to come join you. And you're not being selfish. You're not trying to be the man that owns the whole block. You're trying to be the man to be a good neighbor with everybody. And I think that's great.
And see, you hit it on the head. You said good neighbor. We want to be good neighbors, and we want to build, we want to be able to build together. Like if you might say, hey, I want to go to Nipsey's and have some fried green tomatoes, and then I want to go down the street to have this. That's what happens in other communities. People pop around and go to different places. So we're okay with that, and we're encouraged. And the one thing that I started meeting with business owners. And the one thing that I will say the downtown trained me to do, they trained me how to meet and build and create our own organization. So we don't have to wait on the city to do that. So we've already started to building up.
Let me put this out here, Teddy. Ursula, she had a part of our delivery tonight, and she said the pan-seared catfish greens delicious, but those biscuits are sinful. I agree 100%. I agree. Our good friend Miss Janice Knox, we love Janice Knox. She said Nipsey's food is terrific. We agree 100%. We just love and adore. I'm gonna put the address of Nipsey's up on the screen for everybody in just a little bit. Kay Renee, anything else you want to say to Teddy? I'm trying to type, so talk. Talk.
No, I just want to say I love your shirt because your shirt speaks volumes. Black wealth matters, and that is so true. Our money matters, and what better way to use those funds than put it back in the community? So you should have your merchandise line that has that along with Nipsey's paraphernalia.
I want to give out a shout out. It's my friend Ross Mack. He actually does a lot of financial training. This is his shirt, so I'm representing his shirt, but it makes all the sense in the world. Our dollars are respected out here. And I enjoy the fact that I'm able to hire and employ people that look like us. And that's something that's always been big and important to me. I wanted to make sure that when you come in, you don't feel a certain type of way. You don't have to worry about, how you're going to be treated here. And that's something that was important.
Teddy, when you and I met many, many years ago and I interviewed you and I became friends, and no matter where I go, I always want to just interview you to talk about just the strides you've made over the years. And one of the questions that was presented was like, where will Teddy be 5 years from now? I know where you'll be, but let's let this audience know. I know it'll probably be a chain of Nipsey's. I know, look, if that motel ever became available next door to you, you probably would turn that into a beautiful new motel. So I know the power of you, but what are your plans 5 years from now?
Well, one of the plans that I have, we do want to be able to expand Nipsey's for sure, but one of our dream projects of me and my wife, we plan on opening a breakfast restaurant soon. So that's something that we want
Yay!
to do. So we plan on working on that probably in 2021, if not 2022. We plan on opening a breakfast restaurant together, me and her.
Very good. Well, you know I love your wife, and I want that to
Yeah.
happen. Because see, I want these biscuits with gravy. That's all. Right. That's I
Biscuits
want
with
these.
gravy. I'm like,
Yeah, I
that
want
makes
these
sense.
biscuits with gravy. Yes, I do. I definitely want these biscuits with gravy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nipsey's Restaurant and Lounge is located at 9156 South Stony Island Avenue. Teddy, what are the hours of operation and all that great stuff?
2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday, and 11 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. We're closed on Monday and Tuesday. And basically, come support us. We got a lot of different things, great things going on for Christmas. We plan on doing Christmas around the world starting the next couple of weeks. So we'll have different dishes from inspired from different countries from around the world. And we're going to do a lot of amazing things. I'm happy to be here.
Very good. I did get a couple of questions from people on my other platforms. What
Okay.
about vegetarian or vegan dishes? I noticed you had some great salads. And what I like with the ordering online is I was able to say extra, no this, no that. So, what
Mhm.
about vegan and vegetarian options? And kind of explain that for people.
Yeah, we have the calamari. You can get it lemon peppered, or we have fried calamari. I'm not a big, I mean, not calamari, cauliflower. I'm sorry. And the cauliflower, actually, I enjoyed it. Believe it or not, I don't really eat it, but I actually enjoyed it, and it's actually been flying off the shelf. We have the fried green tomatoes as well. And so those are some of the options that we have, and we plan on building on that platform as well. Due to COVID, we had, again, our menu originally was built for in dining, and what a lot of people don't realize, we had to kind of flip it and just go to a delivery base, which means it has to travel well, which is important because it needs to be able to
Right.
make it home with you. And so that's something that kind of changed up our menu and how we actually do things. So
Mhm.
we'll continue to build on that and keep building on the platform to offer different offerings for vegans and vegetarians.
Very good. All right. Well, I love it. I really, really do. Well, we gonna let this. Oh, everybody is saying how much they just love this. Any more side dishes? Oh, they have greens. They have the fried cauliflower. What other side? Of the
We got
French
the mac
fries
and
are great.
cheese,
Mac and
mac and
cheese.
cheese.
Yep.
Yep.
Please.
Yep. Yep. So you guys will be full at Nipsey's. Do me a
Yes,
favor, show
Lord.
Nipsey some love. 9156 South Stony Island. You can order the food online. It can be ready when you tell them for it to be ready. They'll send you a
Mhm.
text to let you know. Social distancing. They are very accommodating when you go to get the food or have it delivered, like I did today. And we are all about supporting each other and supporting Black businesses here in our city and helping to
Yes.
build the south and west side of the city. Yes, we are. All right. Well, brother, I am so proud of you again. I've said it a million times and I'm going to keep saying it. And I appreciate you for who you are and what you do. Tell your lovely wife I said hello. We got to get her on one night because she's the queen of real estate now. So
Right.
we'll have to
Hey
have her
man,
on too.
thank you for having me, man. I love you. I hope everything's well with you. Make sure you have a good Christmas and holiday.
Yes.
And
Yes.
definitely, as soon as we open, I want you to come out and host a show on my patio. Do whatever we
I
need to
will,
do to accommodate you.
thank you, sir. Whenever you open a place, I usually the first person to host something there. So look, it's already on my calendar if we ever get out of this pandemic. If we ever
Definitely,
get out of
definitely,
this
man.
pandemic. All right. Well, God
Definitely.
bless, brother. Happy holidays and continued success.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate
Take
it.
care,
Take care,
Ted.
All
okay?
right. All
All
right.
right.
See
Bye
you
bye.
later.
Bye.
All right. The amazing Mr. Teddy Gilmore,
Oh my
Nipsey's new
goodness.
guy. I know. Wasn't that wonderful?
You surprised me again. I tell you, just full of surprises, Mr.
I told
Ted.
you, Boo Bear, you all went to the same high school together. You did. Yes.
Lord,
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes. I know.
I tell you, I guarantee you, as soon as I put it on our Facebook page, folks will be like, "What? We
Yes.
got a restaurant on the South Side who's a dolphin.
Yes. Yes.
He gonna
Yes.
get a
Isn't that
lot of orders from me. Trust and believe that."
Oh, well, good. Very good. All right. Well, while you guys are ordering from Nipsey's, don't forget we're in the middle of the holiday season. I have a Red Kettle campaign with the Salvation Army. I'm trying to help save Christmas. I would really love and appreciate if you guys could just donate anything you can to help the Salvation Army. If you text Chat Daddy Daddy, ChatDaddy to 51555. This will help rescue Christmas. And you can do it. It's really easy, simple, no matter the amount of money. We would greatly appreciate that. As well as if you go online, you can also go online to salarmychicago.org, salarmychicago.org/chat daddy. You can make a donation there to help rescue Christmas. All right, my love. Anything else we need to talk about, darling? Have we covered it all?
There is one story I really loved. It was a feel-good story about a
Yes.
father and daughter pilots. And the
Yes.
father is retiring after 44 years. I thought this was so cool. Well, Fiona Austin McDonald, who's a female pilot, her father, Wade Austin McDonald, is retiring after 44 years. They've flown Liat Airlines, and Liat is an acronym for Leeward Island Air Transport Services. They service the Caribbean, so you can go to Puerto Rico, San Juan, St. Kitts, St. Martin, Barbados.
Oh, they go to all of my favorite places.
Right. And so he's retiring, but he was so glad that his daughter wanted to be in the field of aviation. So she said he's just been just a joy of inspiration. So I want to just give a shout out of congratulations, Mr. McDonald and Miss Fiona, for just doing the doggone thing and flying up, being Miss Pilot. So that's pretty cool.
I do too. I think that's great. Your dad turned 65 and he's been flying for 44 years, and you fly with your dad. Isn't that just the most amazing thing? Yeah, that's a girl dad for real,
Okay, a daddy's girl. All day long.
well, Booker T said tonight we got a master class on food from Nipsey with Teddy and his staff. They did a great job tonight. They really did. It was wonderful. Well, honey, I'm getting ready to go heat my biscuit up and put me some jelly on that loaf of bread, and look, finish the fried green tomatoes, and I might have to put the rest of my food in the refrigerator. I'm so glad I didn't have a glass of wine on the air tonight. I'd be asleep. I wouldn't have made it. I would not have. I'll have a glass of wine now that we're off the air, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. Oh, and Katie Lowe said she thought something was wrong with her. The picture frame behind me blinks. It does. So she said, "Is it me? Is it no, Katie? It does blink." And we're having other lights put in around the studio soon too. We've had other lights this way, but we're gonna have backlights too. So don't worry, Katie. It's not you, baby. It was not the brownie you ate, unless it was the brownie you ate. But I just wanted to prove the picture frame. Picture frame does blink. Yes. Only in my house do picture frames blink.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, Kay Renee, we need that nugget of wisdom before we get out of here, precious. Go right ahead.
In my site, Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge, today is Tell It Like It Is Thursday. So here's my nugget. Remember, some people will never like you because your spirit irritates their demons. So brush them off and keep moving forward.
Yep, I love it. Yeah, some people don't like you; they just don't. And my saying is 2 tears in a 2 tears in a bucket. Right? It's an expletive that go in there somewhere, but that's my saying.
Right.
Yeah, effort and 2 tears in a bucket. Yeah, I've had to learn to keep moving, keep pushing. Everybody's not meant for everybody. You're not everybody's style. So you are absolutely right about what you said. Mm-hmm. All right, my beautiful. Well, enjoy yourself. We will talk over the weekend. I'll be following suit, doing the same thing you're doing, cleaning up. I need to find something anyway. And I love and adore you. Have a beautiful weekend. And let's both have a glass of wine to celebrate our week's end. How about that?
Well, I'll have it later, but I still got this drink.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I done finished mine for tonight. All right. Let me see if we have any last feedback. Let's see. We do. Oh, enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you,
Oh, thank
Wamelda. We
you.
appreciate you. We love you, Wamelda. We do. Thank you guys so much. Do me a favor. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's free. It's easy. It does not cost you anything. You actually help us when you subscribe because it helps us to get people that will help sponsor the show. And if you go over to Facebook, to the Real Chat Daddy Show on Facebook, please like it. Kay Renee and I really appreciate you guys so much. She has now been deemed the co-host of the show. So when she's not here, those are her nights off. When she is here, she at work. How about that? How about that? The only job that don't pay, but she is at work, right? So right, it works. Janice Knox says, excellent show. Have a great week.
Thank you, Miss Janice.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much, Miss Janice. We do.
Thank you.
DJ Brandon Baker. He said, hey, friend, love your show. We're actually going to meet DJ Brandon Baker next week on the show. This young man has an incredible story. So we're going to meet him as well. And then look, our tapping queen said, great show as well, too. Yes, we love you,
Keisha. Yes.
Keisha, you did an outstanding job tonight.
Yes, she
as well,
did.
Too.
Yes,
all right.
She did.
Well, on behalf of my co-host, Miss Kay Renee Mason of Karen's Nuggets, and yours truly, Art Chat Daddy Sims, we're going to call it the end of a week. You guys be healthy, be safe. You know what the rules are. Please wear your mask. Wear your mask.
Wear my mask. Oh, my goodness.
Put that mask on. Put that mask on. Take your time. Put that mask on.
Here we go. Wait a minute.
Put that mask on. Yep. Put it on, baby. Put that mask on. Yep. Sanitize. That means wash your hands. Hot water, soap, water, whatever. Wash them. If you don't have soap and water to wash your hands, remember we use Mr. Hand Sanitizer. The hand sanitizer business is booming right about now. Make sure you clean your fingernails, all of that, get them dirty germs and particles, all that.
Yes.
Social distance, that means 6 feet back, stay off of each other. And most importantly, if you're not feeling well, keep your ass at home. Ain't nobody asking you to leave home if you're not feeling well. Keep your ass at home. Please do so.
Amen.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to say, I had something to say about the keep your ass at home social distance thing. Stay in. You don't have to be out here. If you need, today is National Thankful for a Roof Over Your Head Day. It's the Thursday after Thanksgiving. It really is a day. I meant to tell you that.
I didn't know that.
Really it's another way of just being thankful for the roof over your head. So if you're not feeling well, stay in your house that you thankful for. Stay your ass at home. You ain't got to be in the streets. Nothing out there. All right. We have some more thank yous up here. Miss Janice.
Thank you, Miss Janice.
I love you, Miss Janice. You know I always love talking to you. And my good friend, Mr. L. Stanley Davis. Oh, I love you, sir. I appreciate you being on here with us tonight. We do. So make sure you guys check out our good friend, Mr. Teddy Gilmore, over at Nipsey's. You can order online at nipseys.com. It was really easy, really simple. You can even tell them what time you'll be there to pick up your food. They go through your order to make sure it's right. All of that. Food was delicious. It was really wonderful. All right. Exquisite. All right, darling. Well, it's time for me to drink some wine so I can add to my itis. Okay.
Yes, honey. Right. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and much love.
All right, baby. We love you guys. God bless and have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Talk to you soon. See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.